Hey nerds, today I'm unpacking everything Thunderbolts. There's a lot to discuss, from character motivations to the implications to the wider MCU. Let's get into the spoiler zone, starting now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I'm Nathan. So, yesterday, Colin and I gave a spoiler-free review of our thoughts on the Thunderbolts. And if you haven't seen that review or the movie yet, stop now, go watch that review. There's a link above, and then go see the movie. This is where we dive deep into full spoilers, breaking down the plot points, character arcs, twists, and those end credit scenes. You've been warned. Spoilers ahead. All right, let's jump in. So, from the beginning, did you notice the opening Marvel sequence fanfare? It continued the trend from Captain America New World Order of tweaking it. It wasn't stripped down like in New World Order, but instead of MCU clips, it used comic panels. I need to rewatch it, but it felt like they were mostly panels from comics where these particular characters originated. An interesting nod to the source material and also a throwback to the original fanfare. All right, next, from the beginning, Yelena journey and moral gray area was clear. The film does a great job of establishing Yelena's apathy and depression right from the start, positioning her as the point of view character. The overhead shot during the hallway fight scene was fantastic, a really inspired way to remix the now familiar hallway fight trope popularized by Netflix's Daredevil. It's a really unique perspective, but more importantly, the film firmly plants Yelena in the moral gray area, arguably much grayer than Natasha was when we first met her in Iron Man 2. It's obvious Valentina is manipulative and likely evil, given the mission she sends Yelena on, yet Yelena does them. Is she telling herself that working for the US government is better than the Red Room? Or has all the bad stuff just blurred together, feeding into her depression? Her journey seems to be grappling with this ambiguity. Speaking of moral ambiguity, are we supposed to accept that Valentina just gets away with everything? The murders she orchestrated, the dubious experiments in other countries, all seemingly swept under the rug because she dubs this team the New Avengers. The ending implies Sam is being unreasonable by challenging their use of the Avengers name, but honestly, Sam has a point. John Walker, who he and Bucky fought, is on the team, and their direct association with Val taints them. Even if some members are redeemable, blackmailing Val instead of bringing her to justice undermines their legitimacy. Although it sets up an interesting conflict, even if Sam's own movie, New World Order, wasn't as well received as this one. My next question is about Bucky. We heard about his run for Congress in New World Order, and now he is a congressman representing Brooklyn. Why? Why does he want to do this? Why did he want to do this? It feels vague. And after the events of this film and Val's speech in the tower, is he still a congressman? Can he be both a congressman and a new Avenger? His path seems a bit unclear here, but maybe we'll hear more in the next movie, in Avengers Doomsday. Moving on, I mentioned in the spoiler-free review, Ghost felt really underutilized. She didn't have much to do in Ant-Man and the Wasp either. While her trauma is hinted at in dialogue, being intangible, we don't get the same visual backstory or exploration that Yelena, Sentry, or even Val and John Walker received. It would have been nice to see a flashback or a deeper beat exploring her specific trauma beyond just the physical condition. Bucky too could have benefited, even though we know his history. Taskmaster got done even dirtier. She was well developed in Black Widow, had one good fight scene here in the death trap room before Ghost took her out, and that's it. It feels like maybe Marvel realized the character wasn't working and adapted and decided to write her out. A shame, as Taskmaster is a cool concept from the comics, but this version felt like a missed opportunity. And I doubt we'll see her again, or a Taskmaster 2 in the MCU. Moving on, when I talked to Colin about this, he noted that Lewis Pullman was a great Bob Reynolds / Sentry, and I agree. He also noted that the handling of his trauma, specifically hinting at childhood abuse, hearing it and not seeing it, of course, was a bold move for the MCU, at least MCU movies, because it's territory they touched on with Mark Spector in Moon Knight. However, Marvel needs to be careful here by linking Bob's instability, characterized though not specifically named, as something like bipolar disorder or manic depressive disorder, and Mark's dissociative identity disorder directly to childhood physical abuse. They risk creating a potentially harmful narrative that abuse causes the specific mental conditions, or that people with these conditions are inherently unstable due to past trauma. While it's vital to condemn child abuse and support those with mental health issues, linking them so directly can be problematic. Many people experience mental health challenges without abuse, and not everyone who experiences abuse develop these specific conditions or become unstable. It's a fine line to walk here. So speaking of Bob/Sentry, I actually appreciated that the movie didn't end in a massive CGI punch-up to defeat Sentry. The scene where they try to fight him effectively demonstrates how futile that would have been. His power level is immense. He's supposed to be Marvel's unstoppable Superman analog. The resolution had to be emotional, not physical, even if that disappoints some people. Even adding someone like Thor or Hulk might have made for a cool fight, but likely wouldn't have changed the outcome given Sentry's demonstrated invulnerability. At this point in the MCU, maybe only Captain Marvel could physically match him, given that she's reigniting suns and stuff. The mid-credits scene showing news articles doubting the new Avengers was amusing, especially Red Guardian's interaction in the supermarket with the Wheaties box, which I guess was hinted at in the marketing for this movie. So the clues to the asterisks were always there. It sets up public skepticism. However, reflecting on our own current real-world climate, I wonder if a team like this, despite their shady leader, might actually garner more support among certain segments than Sam Wilson's team. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who don't accept a Black Captain America. It really depends on who Sam recruits, of course. We know he has the new Falcon, Effie gets Thor, and a Hulk, Bruce or Jen, and Shang-Chi, then power-wise, his team looks stronger. But this film definitely tees up a potential Avengers versus New Avengers conflict in Avengers Doomsday. So look forward to seeing how that plays out. Finally, the actual end credit scene and a direct tease for Fantastic Four was really interesting. It looks like it could be a scene from the end of their upcoming movie this summer, or perhaps something from the third act of that movie. This is significant because it's one of the few Phase 5 end credit scenes that feels like it has a clear, immediate payoff, unlike many others that felt like dangling threads. So those are my main spoiler-filled thoughts and questions coming out of Thunderbolts. What did you think? Did the handling of Sentry work for you? What about Valentina getting away with it? Are you Team Sam or are you Team Valentina/Yelena for the Avengers name? And what about that Fantastic Four tease? Let me know all your spoilerific thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please give it a like and share it with fellow MCU fans. And definitely subscribe and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into film and TV. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.